Many years ago now, a little studio was handling an exclusive game for the PlayStation 3 and was to be this medieval horror action game where it was much more difficult than usual games of the time. During the development of the game, there were many issues going on with the game and it took ages for people to finally play the game before it was shipped off to be released for PlayStation fans in Japan. Before this game was released, it was played by none other than Shuhei Yoshida, one of the biggest known names of PlayStation around. And when Shuhei finally played the game, and after 2 hours of playing it, he thought it was crap and absolute garbage. Yet, even through his wisdom and thoughts in the game, it became a huge hit for many outside of Japan, and since then, From Software has become a name that when shown at any reveal event will have people going nutso over it. I've been a fan of their games for many a years now, but to be very honest with you right now, I've not finished many of them. Since Dark Souls 1 was released, I've tried and played every one of them, failing every time. But through those pains of loving these games but being dog shit at them, I've grown a better understanding of them, and more recently through my growing age, I've been able to get to the end of some, not all of them. But today I'm very happy to say that I've finally finished Elden Ring, and just in time for the DLC, baby. Woo!
Well, a lowly tarnished, plain as a lord. I command thee, kneel!
Elden Ring is the latest game from Software that is a Souls-like, and has been loved by oh so many people and has won oh so many awards and just getting 10 out of 10s from people. Elden Ring was this game that I played day one and actually was able to play it earlier than people because I live down under.
Just fucking sucker into you, eh?
And just like everyone else, I was in it from the beginning. I thought, hell yeah, I love this game. And then, after over 30 hours with the game on Xbox, I up and uninstalled the game. The game was fantastic, the world was beautiful, the combat was fun, lore was interesting, but I was really fucking bad at it. Mainly at one point, which isn't a point I see many people quitting at, but it was a boss battle with the Draconic Tree Sentinel before entry to Lanedale, if I'm saying that right. This gold member looking motherfucker fucked me up so many times that I played for almost 5 days just trying to beat him. I even left him alone to try other paths around him or even anything else to do, but at that point I had no clue what to do and just up and left the game. No reason else why, just that fucker really fucked me up. For years I've been trying to get back into it, and for years it hadn't been the right time, until recently when I've had some things going on in my life. For the past year I've been dealing with some pretty shitty work-life balance, mainly just work though, as I had a full-time job, it was great, but up until the past year while I was there, some higher-ups retired and some new people took over, and they felt like making work terrible for everyone, including me, and I decided to leave my job. And even though it had great benefits, I just couldn't take it anymore from just a workplace that micromanaged even the shits I was taking at work. I was able to get a new job soon after, only with much less benefits and pay. It was great the first month still though, but for the past few months it had been real hell. The manager became a nightmare to work for, and I was working 3 people's jobs at once and wasn't able to do anything about it since I was a casual employee on terrible work hours. This shit hurt to go to work for, and I decided to take the Friday off since the long weekend was happening. What do I do in that time? Do I work on my newest videos? Probably should. Do I take time to go outside and enjoy the rays? Would be best. Or does something switch on in my brain and I decide to play Elden Ring finally? Yes, I do. Although I shouldn't be, because I'm currently going through all the Yakuza games at the moment, but I felt the need to play Elden Ring instead, and did just that. If I wasn't playing Elden Ring, I was hanging out with people to go off about work and play some Helldivers 2 with the boys. Elden Ring took over my whole long weekend though, pretty much. That should have been focused on me in bed, resting and de-stressing about work, but instead I felt the need to add the stress of Elden Ring onto me instead, and I couldn't have asked for a better thing to do. Having been over 2 years since the last time I played, everything felt new to me, and relearning the game was great fun, with this time changing my playthrough. And I didn't stick to the main path, but whenever I played and a chest was about to take me to Khaled, I dodged that motherfucker, which I only realized you could do in this recent playthrough. I guess, the more you know. And instead of just really going through the main path, I just explored this world that wasn't new to me, but was new to me, if you know what I mean. I stayed in the Limgrave area for a good while, exploring nooks and crannies, killing bosses, and just exploring until I would hit the point of thinking it's time to head to somewhere new. So up I went through the world, and I loved it all so much. There were plenty of times I played and would explore and go, whoa, new cave? No, I should focus on this first. I'll be back for you, my beauty. And would then return to find out that this boss gave me a somber smithing stone that I've been needing, which helps me upgrade my dope-ass sword some more. There's so many things I picked up in my adventure, and throughout I just felt more and more badass with the equipment I'd get and levels I went up. It's crazy to look back at it and realize how small my health and stamina were at the start of the game to the end of the game. Hang on, I'm sorry, I feel I'm getting a little off track. I just went from talking about exploring the world to going into leveling, but that's honestly how I feel about talking about this game. Yeah, it's great to focus on one thing at a time, but oh wait, did I tell you about the Radahn armor and how sick that looks? 'Cause it is. There is so much to the game, and I love the progress of the game as well. I felt like even though every new area got more challenging to me, thanks to my time exploring it, it wasn't as tough as the last time I played. And yes, that includes fighting the draconic tree sentinel this time. And if you're wondering how many times it took me to kill him this time, it took 4 tries. I truly love the exploration and progression in this game, and that's with all From Software games. Some did it better than others, but I can just go back to Dark Souls 1 Remastered right now and just think, damn, I look good. The folks at From Software have really got that sauce, and whatever they're using, people are still trying to find out what it is. Except the Lies of P developers. That game has it figured out really well, and I hope the best for the team there and future titles that they're working on. I really feel like I'm still talking all over the place. I need to figure out a way to talk about this game and my love for it, but I'm really trying here, folks. I'm just mixing things up as I go along, but okay. How about we get to some real big meat of this game? And when I talk meat, I'm talking about the bosses in this game, because holy shit. From Software always has it in the bag for bosses in their games, and if you were asking me how to specifically describe it, I'd like to think of it as From Software got that cake and just stuffed it with nice white frosting. Real good. From main boss story 1 with Margit, it hooks you in, but then you get into even more bosses, whether side ones or main ones, and it's like, god damn, I really want to kill that boss. I mean, is there anything to even say about Godric after that speech?
I command thee, kneel! I am the Lord of all that is golden.
Because I've had enough of this dude. Just kind of right out of the frame, well.
From those first bosses alone though, it just gets more fun each new boss. There are highs and lows still, but I gotta be honest, every time I fought a boss, I felt the best sigh of relief. Especially with the fight before Radahn with the Beast and Crucible Knight. This playthrough they seem to be my biggest fuck around, but of course, Radahn, man. Holy fuck. From Software's baby was games like Demon's Souls and Dark Souls 1 and 2, and Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3 and Sekiro are the teenager. But Elden Ring? It's the young adult that it grew up into, that's also a dungeon master when he's not doing full-time studies to be a lawyer. Godric, Godfrey, Renala, Radahn, Margit, Millennia. All are truly just top tier bosses, and I'm sure people may disagree or agree with me, but they're so damn good to me, man. It just made me want more. Was the Elden Beast boss a great last boss? No, but at least we got Radagon before him. Not every boss can be winners. I think the other hardest bosses for me are the ones usually messing people's playthroughs up, but to be specific, Malekith was my biggest fuck around main story wise, and of course side content wise and just exploring in general was of course Millennia, my worst one in general. She was the worst. I went from a 36-hour playthrough so far to, I think if I recall, 46, 48 hours after beating her. I honestly have no fucking clue. I really lost track of time of the amount I was fighting her. But through those hours that I was fighting her, she's still so satisfying to learn and fight, with learning all of her moves and delays and just messing her up once in there with her. Except the part where she fucking flurry rushes you, and I try to do that, and I listen to what the guy said in the video for tips, but it's wrong, and I still get fucked anyways. Bro, come on, what are these tips? Roll into her? Brother, what? Elden Ring is just this magnificent beast of a game that I just want to keep taming, even though we're both super close already. Like the Tiger King and his tigers. Okay, actually, not that close. And I'm ready to take on more playthroughs in the future. I get why friends of mine have 80 hours or 120 hours in this game, because there's so much wealth to this game, and I have that need to play through it again, whether it's NG Plus or just a whole new playthrough, mainly once the DLC is out, since I really want to do a melee wizard build, because that sounds fun as fuck. I get now why Elden Ring is so beloved. I saw it the first time I played it, but after finally finishing it, I truly get why Elden Ring was the top game of 2022 for many, including finally myself. Thank you all so much for watching. This game wasn't on the bingo card of videos I was planning to do, but man, it really got me out of that rut I was having at work and just needed to talk about the escapism of the game, which gave me sort of like my Breath of the Wild moment, like that Japanese review for Breath of the Wild on Amazon. Elden Ring is such an amazing game, and like I said before in my videos, specifically top games of 2023, you just gotta be in the right headspace for a game sometimes. Like I most likely will be for those games I talked about in that video. Anyways everyone, thank you all so much for watching. There weren't as many things as I thought I would talk about with this game, but this video was really a unzip myself and talk about what came to mind. This game is amazing, and I'd love to hear your favorite moments from Elden Ring yourselves, if you've played it or even watched someone play it in the comments below. Be sure to like and even subscribe for more videos really soon, and until then, thanks for watching everyone, it's appreciated.